Howdy folks, welcome back to Woody's Garage. I'm your host Chris Whitcamp. Today we are going to be doing an oil change on a 2012 Ford Explorer XLT trim. It's got the 3.5 liter V6. If that's what you got in yours, stay tuned. Alright, step one, put it on ramps because I can't fit under this and I doubt anybody can unless you're the size of a small child. If you don't have ramps, another step would be to jack it up on the jack point with your jack and then put it on jack stands, that way you can get underneath. You really only need to do one side, but two sides would be preferable to give you more room, and that's going to take longer than just buying yourself a set of ramps. Before I fail to mention, make sure your vehicle's been sitting for at least 30 minutes to an hour, that way the oil's cooled down, because if you don't, you're going to be burning your hand. Just nice little helpful tip. You can see right here, this is one way to check your engine oil weight. You can also check your book in the glove box. I'm going to pop this off, and that way it'll flow better when we go to pull the drain plug and the oil filter. Alrighty, so I just rolled straight underneath the rig. That's the passenger wheel. Your oil filter is located right here on the passenger side. This plate you're going to need to remove. There's a pin here, there's a pin on the other side, and then one way up here. There it is. So we're going to take those off, and then it'll drop this whole plate, and then that'll give you access to your drain plug, which is about right here. Let's drop this one. They're just like set screws. Mine are kind of rusted in place. You play with it for a little bit, then it should come off. There we go. See what I mean? They're kind of twist set screws. They're super strange. So this other side. Come on. There we go. And the whole thing just drops off. All right, there's your drain plug. So let's get the oil pan under here and pop it off. So drain plug size in Freedom units is a 1932nd socket. If you're part of the other group, you're going to be a 15 millimeter. We're going to put this on here and bust her loose. So you can play the fun trick of put the pressure on and try and not spill a drop. So I'm putting pressure against the pan with the bolt, trying to hold the oil on. And then, as soon as I know it's on its last thread, I'm just going to let go and get my hand out of the way. And there we go. So we'll just let that drain. By the way, this is one of the greatest pans I have ever used. This thing holds like 16 quarts. I got up to maybe 12 and it was kind of getting too full, so yeah. But nonetheless, it's awesome. All right, so we fished our drain plug out of there. I already wiped it off. Make sure it's super cleaned off, ready to go. And then we're gonna wipe off the face of that. It's still gonna be dripping after you do this. So I got a little trick. So wipe that off. You're gonna put in your drain plug, twist it on until it stops dripping. And then you're gonna wipe this off, the excess that was dripping. And then you can just finger tighten that back down. Get your wrench with your 1932nd, switch it to Tighten, put it back on. You don't need to overstress these. Same with the filters. Just enough until you can't, it's nice and snug. All right, so after sheer power and my mighty strength with the help of a wrench, I finally got it busted loose. So now we're just gonna undo this, and oil's gonna spill everywhere. And on me, that was so nice. Plus doing this one-handed is very interesting. Ooh, just dropped the filter right there. All right, that's that. You get your new one with your new oil, fill it up to where it's right there at the top. It'll bubble down because it's soaking into the filter pleatlets. Roll it on its side, let it soak into each area pretty well. And since mine is straight up and down, I'm just gonna fill it all the way up. So then, pour a little bit on the top here, and take a clean part of your finger or glove. Then you're just gonna get the outside of that seal nice and lubricated. That's all it needs. This just makes the mating surface a lot better, and so you won't have any leaks. So now let's get back underneath and pop this on. We're gonna just wipe off any excess and also clean the ring so that the new filter has no debris in it. So I got the new filter. Just go straight up. With oily hands, makes it difficult. Once you get the first few threads on, it'll be easy. All right, after it starts to tighten down, get your rag, wipe it all off. That way it's not so slick to deal with. And all you need is a hand tighten. You do not need to torque these down with a freaking wrench, people. Okay, that's it. I can't do it anymore by hand. That's all you need. All right, time to put the cover back on. All right, so we got our cover somewhat in place. I can't really record and do this, but you get the gist. So now we're on the top end. You already have your oil cap off. So finish this off. Straight upside down. There we go. She's on there snug. Folks, thanks for joining us on this oil change. If you found it helpful or useful, please give us a like and a subscribe down below. It really helps out the business. Really appreciate everybody's support. And if you have any tips or tricks that you found useful, please leave it down in the comments below. It's always good to share around and find what you found helpful. So anyway, we'll catch you next time. Thanks.